little false neutral action there. Little false neutral between 5th and 6th. Short-footed it because I'm a dork. Yep. Well, hello and welcome to Middle Age Moto. Today is a Sunday morning and I'm forgetting the date. It doesn't really matter. And my normal ride is the crack of dawn, 7:30 in the morning. It is 11:01 and I'm just getting on the road because at 11:01 it's 68 degrees and no humidity, and I'm actually a little bit chilly with my mesh jacket. So my favorite riding time is here and or approaching, and I would rather be cold than hot. So tell me in the comments what you guys think. But I can always put another layer on and warm up, and being hot is just sticky and uncomfortable with all this gear because I wear gear every single time I ride, head to toe, and there's no objections. I don't even go around the block without gear on. Well, I don't ride around the block, but maybe I would. This isn't always the case though. For a ton of years, I rode a year straight. And when I lived in Florida, solely motorcycle, never car. I sold my car when I was a bunch of years younger, and I rode everywhere, rain or shine, heat. You know, it doesn't really get cold in Florida, but we had some chilly days. At least a year, straight through. And all I wore for protective gear that entire time were gloves. And the gloves that I was wearing were gloves that I bought 15 years before that, and they were really not very good protection. They were basically just you know, a pair of leather gloves that were kind of skin tight on your hands, a little gauntlet style. That was it. No perception, none whatsoever. Of course I wore a helmet. I've always worn a helmet when I ride. Florida is a I guess it's called a right to ride or whatever the heck they call it, but you're not required in the state of Florida to wear a helmet. Yes, I have ridden without a helmet on occasion. When I've had a passenger, you pick a young lady up and you want to be a gentleman and offer your grape to hit the ground and not theirs. But with that said, I chose always to wear a helmet after a couple times, and it's just, I mean, if anything, you know, to be honest with you, it wasn't about the wreck too. You know, you ride up A1A or up the beach, Daytona Beach area, and the sand that's blowing off the ocean, because that road parallels the ocean, and the sand is like, it's like getting shot in the face with sand at a high speed. It's brutal. So, you know, that and bugs, and, you know, you catch one of those, you know, Jew bugs or whatever the heck they're called down there, catch one of those in the forehead, you'll know that you didn't have a helmet on. So, done with my preaching. I wear gear all the time. But I'm out today just kind of chilling. I'm not sure if my camera is going to be lined up worth a crap because I'm having an electronic meltdown. I upgraded my iPhone to the new 14, and it seems like half the stuff that I used on a regular basis is either had to be relogged into, reconnected, what have you. I didn't think that the GoPro would have a problem. When I went out, I hooked everything up to my helmet and I went to connect it because I get a, you know, one last visual on where the GoPro is pointing, because, you know, I bumped them out, taking the helmet on and off and stuff like that. But I couldn't get it to connect. 20 minutes into it with all my gear on, it was starting to get hot in the garage. I said, turned it on, kind of looked through the helmet as if I had it on my head. Hopefully it's good. If not, you guys won't even be seeing this video. But if you're hearing this, I thought the footage came out at least good enough to post it up. So I didn't really pick a topic today. I'm just kind of rambling, which it tends to happen quite a bit. I get excited when the weather changes. I really love the fall. I really love the spring, and I really enjoy the winter. It's just my favorite time of the year. I'm a northern kid where the change of seasons was real good. I get a slight change of season here in Alabama, but You know, another reason why I am riding late is, I think I mentioned it in a video in the past. If not, I mentioned it now. My wife and I have recently got back into photography. And we have different styles, but we do end up taking a lot of the same pictures and race to get them online, you know, on our Facebook accounts and stuff like that to show off to the friends and family, because of course we feel that we are master photographers, and we're not. We're definitely not. I have more experience with photography, but I believe my wife, they have a better eye. I hope she doesn't watch this video because it'll go right through her head. She can really pick a scene out and get some really good, she sets her photos up very, very well, and she makes good selections of what to take pictures of. And a lot of the time I end up taking a picture behind her of what she took. You know, I do pick some good stuff, but you know, her creativity as far as that is definitely above mine. But with that said, she had researched some waterfall section here in Alabama, and so we set out using Google Maps, and it was taking us there perfect. And we're driving up I-65, and it says you have reached your destination. Well, needless to say, we're on the highway. There's no exit in sight, and we go up to the next exit. We get off. We try to remap it. We look it up, and evidently it's on a long waterway, or it's a long stream, and then there's sections with these waterfalls, so it goes for quite some distance. And where we drove over the highway was a section where it basically it cut through. So yes, it found the creek or the stream or whatever you want to call it, but it wasn't the area that there's rocks and falls. So needless to say, we searched from 7:30 in the morning till roughly 10 o'clock, stopping a couple places because we noticed some really, you know, some cooler stuff to take some pictures of. But for the most part, we were extremely frustrated, and I said, what better thing to do than to jump on your bike in this glorious weather? Because that was another thing in the back of my mind. I'm like, if it heats up today, I'm going to be really upset, because I cracked that back door open this morning to let the dogs out, and that cold air hit me, and I was like, oh my goodness, the bike runs better. It's just, today is going to be a wonderful day to ride. I might even have to bust my winter jacket out, pull the liner out, and use that. But needless to say, you know, I don't went with the mesh because it is 66 degrees out. When I get in the shade, there's a little bit of a chill. So what better thing to do when I got home? I was gonna just grab the couch or grab my recliner, watch a little TV, maybe get a little lunch together. And I said, nope, I'm getting on the bike, I'm getting out. This pandemic has got my head all crazy because I'm normally used to being on the road for work, and my career that I did my whole life, which is similar but yet not similar. Forget it, I'm not even going to get into that right now. I'll do that in a separate video. But needless to say, I worked a lot of hours, and I was away from home quite a bit for years. I mean, my whole adult life. And you know, then I traveled with this job, and then now that we're home and we're working, yeah, it's fantastic. I spend more time with the family, I spend more time with my pets, and woo, we got deer and a baby deer. All right, so we got cops in the last video that I was made. I don't know if I post this one before or after it. I got deer in this video. Woo! It's nothing but fun. You got to stay alert out here. That's one thing that's taken some time to get. I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with just really being in depth to what I'm doing and talk. But what I do find, and I'm going way off on another tangent, but I'm thinking of it, so I'm going to talk about it. If I try to script something out, or I try to lay it out so it's done professional, or what I feel is professional, it all jacks up. Rather than just saying what's on my mind and rolling through it. If people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. still a very small channel. I think I'm up to 10 subscribers now, so woo, shout out to all 10 of you. We got one of my buddies on that's been with me since the beginning, straightened out my comments for me. Big props to you. Looks like I had there's a question that asks, is the video okay for children? And I try not to cuss on this, and it's just me out riding a motorcycle. Maybe some of the topics I've said not, but if I'm just out rambling, why not? You know, I don't know what they classify as children. You know, a teenager may want to dream about a Ducati. You know, so I put yes. I guess evidently what they do now, or what they've been doing, and I didn't realize it, they shut your comments off. That way the kids are not susceptible to bad comments and people out doing their thing. I respect that. I think that's fantastic. It's not like it's going to widen my base. I only got 10 subscribers. I don't get a whole lot of views, but I love what I'm doing. So shout out to you, brother, and I appreciate you looking out and reaching out to me. I had no idea the comments weren't on. To be honest with you, I didn't get any comments on 2 videos in a row, and I was like, that's kind of odd. My boy always gives me something. I know you're busy. I don't expect it, but it's super nice of you. But yeah, that's fixed. I know what did it, what caused it. I wasn't sure in the beginning. So we're back rolling with some comments. I'm going to continue making videos. I am moving forward with the local Harley store and borrowing bikes and doing videos and kind of promote the store a little bit on the side for them. So not a sponsorship type of deal. So I'm going to be very open and honest with what I'm doing. But I'm trying the Ducati. It's a Ducati / Indian dealer, and my boy on one of my videos also recommended Indian, so I have been looking at some of those for my next bike, and kind of nice. I'm kind of liking them. I actually I'm going to plan a test drive here in a week or two, but I would love, and they said I could come up and do some test drives, but it's an hour and a half away each way, and I know there's probably people out there rolling their eyes because they go out and do 500 miles, but I hate riding on the highway, especially on a naked bike. I mean, it's doable. I go up there to get my services done, so I bought a truck now, though, so I'll probably trailer it up so I don't have to deal with the cold weather and all that. But with that said, shout out. Thank you for letting me know. All right, this video is way too long, so what I'm gonna do is say thank you. If in this ramble fest, if you heard something you like, I kind of threw a bunch at you, please like, comment, and subscribe, and we will talk to you on the next video. Thank you muchly.